Welcome back everyone to another tutorial on Power BI. Do not forget to click on the red subscribe button and the bell icon so that you are the first one to know whenever I upload any new video. In the last session we discussed how to download and install Power BI desktop in our local machine. If you haven't watched that video, then I would suggest you to go through that video first so that you can see how can we download and install Power BI desktop in our local machine. You will find the link of that video on the top right corner, and I have also added the link of that video in the description below. In today's session, we will be seeing how can we get data from multiple sources in Power BI. So without wasting any time, let's jump to Power BI. Before building any report in Power BI, we need to get data from a source. So Power BI can be used to get data from different data sources. To load data in Power BI, we will see this get data option. Click on this get data drop down. So here you will see the list of common data sources that can be used to get data into Power BI. And to see the complete list, we will click on more. So here a new window will open and you can see the complete list of data sources. You can get data from a Excel workbook, you can get data from a CSV file, then you can get data from a PDF, then we have option of SQL Server database, Oracle database. If we scroll down, here you will see option to get data from SAP HANA database. So this is the complete list of data sources that can be connected with Power BI. Currently, you will observe that all option is selected here. So you are seeing all the data sources here. Let me scroll up. Below this all option, we will see different options like file, database, Microsoft Fabric, Power Platform, Azure, online services, and other. So these all data sources have been further bifurcated. Like when we click on database, then all the database that we can connect with Power BI will be listed here. Then under online services, we will see all the online data sources that can be connected with Power BI. Suppose you want to connect to a SQL database, then you can click on all and here you get option to search the data source. So here write down SQL and you can click on SQL Server database. There is also an option to get data directly from a web page. Let's here write down web. So this is the option that we can use to get data from a web page. I have already created a detailed video on how to import data from a web page. You will find the link of that video on the top right corner, and I have also added the link of that video in the description below. For this tutorial, we will be getting data from a Excel workbook. Click on Excel, click on connect. So here we will connect to this sample superstore dataset. Click on open. So now Power BI is connecting to the sample superstore Excel. In the sample superstore Excel workbook that we have connected with Power BI, there are 3 different tabs. We can click on any sheet and then we can see the preview of that particular sheet on the right hand side. For this tutorial, I want to get data from this orders worksheet. You can click on this checkbox next to each of the worksheet that you want to import. You can even select multiple worksheets that you want to use in Power BI. And here you will see 2 different options. If the data that you are connecting to is a clean data and you don't want to do any transformations, then you can directly click on load. And in case if you want to do some transformations, in the dataset, like remove unwanted columns, then you can click on transform data. Even if the data source that you are connecting to is a clean data, I would suggest you to click on transform data just to cross check the table name and the data types of different columns. So let's click on transform data, and now we will be redirected to a Power Query Editor window. The Power Query Editor window is now opening. Here on the left hand side, you will see the list of all the data source that you have connected to in the form of queries, and you can just select the particular data source and the preview will be available here. On the right side, we can see the option of properties. So currently we have connected to the orders worksheet. If you want, we can rename this table. Let's name it sample superstore. Press enter and you will observe that the table name has changed, and here also you will observe that the query name has been updated to sample superstore. Make sure to give an appropriate table name which is easily understandable by all the users who are working on this Power BI report. Under applied steps, all the transformations that you will do in Power Query Editor will be displayed as a new step. These steps that you can see are by default applied by Power BI. So let's first click on this source applied step. Here you will see that this source step will show us the source from where we have imported this sample superstore Excel. Let's click on this second step, navigation. In this sample superstore Excel, we had three different sheets, and the sheet that we have connected to is the orders worksheet. So that is visible in this second navigation step. And also here you will observe that the headers are displayed as column 1, column 2, column 3, but we want these row ID, order ID to act as the column headers. So if you will click on this third applied step, here you will observe that Power BI is intelligent enough to give the correct headers to different columns that are present in this orders worksheet. And lastly, this change type step. Let's scroll to right. Here you will observe that before each column, this is the data type that has been given to each of the column. For this sales column, we want to give whole number as the data type. So when you will click here, you will see the different data types that are available in Power BI. We want whole number as the data type for this sales, quantity, discount columns. So when you will click on this change type step, here you will observe that Power BI has done a good job in identifying the data types for all the different columns. Now let's see what data type has been given to this sales column. Click here. You will observe that decimal number has been given as the data type to this sales column because the sales is in terms of decimals. Next, whole number as the data type has been given to this quantity column. It is a good practice to see the data types of different columns that are present in your dataset, and if you feel that the data type needs to be updated for a particular column, then you can just click on here and give the required data type. Suppose you want to give whole number as the data type to the sales column, then just click on whole number, and here you will see that Power BI is giving us a pop-up window which is saying that would you like to replace the existing conversion, because the Power BI had given this column as the decimal number as the data type, but we want to give it as a whole number. So click on this add new step. Now the data type of sales column has been updated to whole number. All the decimals have been removed, and here a new step has been added under applied steps. To remember what was this step applied for, we can rename these steps. So right click and here you will see option of rename. Let's rename updated type of sales. Now we can easily figure out that this step has been applied to update the type of sales column. Now if you want to remove this step, just click on cross and the step will be removed. Now let's update the data type of discount column from decimal number to whole number. Before that, let me check the type of discount column here. So here you will see that number has been given to the discount column. Now let me change it to whole number. We can even click on replace current. Click on replace current. Now here you will see that the data type of discount column has been updated to int64 in the same change type step. So in this way we can do transformations to the dataset and even edit or remove these steps. You will see different transformation options under these different tabs. We will be discussing all these options in detail in upcoming videos. Let's do some transformations. Suppose I want these product names to come in uppercase. So just select this product name column. As product name is a text column, all the options under text column have been highlighted. Go to format drop down and click on uppercase. Now the product name are updated to uppercase and a new step has been applied here. Suppose the next day you want to refresh the dataset, then under home tab we have option of refresh. You can click on refresh preview or refresh all, and all the steps that you are seeing under applied steps section would also run once you click on refresh. Once you have done all the transformations to your dataset, then you can click on this close and apply, and here you will see that the data is getting loaded. And to save this report we can click on save as. Let me save in this documents folder. Name the file as Power BI tutorial.pbix. If you want to save this file in another folder, then you can click on this browse this device button. Click on save and the Power BI report would be saved. In this way, we can use this get data option to get data from multiple sources in Power BI. This was all that I had to cover in this session. I hope this session was helpful. Do not forget to click on the thumbs up button if you like this session. See you in the next tutorial.